I'm Hannah.
And I'm Natalie. Welcome to the Stride Sisters podcast. On today's episode, we're having a little fun in imagining how some of our favorite Disney characters would take on a race weekend. From princesses to pirates, villains to space rangers, we're breaking down which characters would run what races and how they do it, Disney style. So, lace up your shoes and step into the magic with us.
Oh, I see it though. I see whatever chaos becomes us this May.
Yeah, this is full throttle chaos.
Chaos, chaos, chaos.
You know, I have a reputation to uphold as a chaos dragon, and I must continue.
I mean, when we have to record and edit in the same evening before it goes live, chaos is all that we'll accept.
Exactly.
Okay, so like for the first time in a long time though, I do actually have a training update.
Yay!
And I'm very proud of myself.
Yay!
So,
Let's hear about it.
I went on 2 runs and a long walk
Ooh.
this past week. So I did a run with Ben, and we went to a park nearby. Ben just picked like a random park. We don't know any of the stuff around us really yet. And we got there, and it definitely in the description said it had like trails. I don't really know what they mean by trails. Technically, there is a walking path between 2 sets of soccer fields, but I wouldn't call it a trail. So what we ended up doing after we ran down the entirety of that sidewalk and realized there was nothing else, we ran around the soccer fields and had to have a little conversation with ourselves of like, how close can we get to the soccer fields before it's weird because there's children and we're adults, and like, so which soccer fields can we even run around? I don't know. It's fine. But yeah, we ran around a bunch of soccer fields, and I think we went like 4 miles. So that was pretty good. And then on Saturday, we went to the farmer's market. And so we did a lot of walking because we walked around the farmer's market first. Then we walked to another pop-up farmer's market that was about a 15-20 minute walk away in town. So then we walked to the other little pop-up one. And so that was very enjoyable. And that was like my long walk because there was quite a distance and walking around both of them. And then on Sunday, I ran an additional like actual run. We went out to the Comet and ran 5 miles, which is good because I have a 4-miler race this coming weekend that I forgot about. Yay me.
Happens to the best of us. But that's good. It's good to be getting the time on feet back in.
It was a lovely week of trying to do stuff again. And I was so inspired that today while I was at work, because we are last minute recording this, I started not only making my own tentative workout like run schedule for the races I have over the summer, even though I know I'm going to be doing in summer with Kristen. And I feel like I need to make a formal apology to Kristen for how off the rails my whole thing went. And I just sort of ghosted her and stopped responding to messages because I was really embarrassed. So Kristen, I'm sorry. But yeah, I started doing that, and that's exciting. And I started plotting every single Run Disney race weekend training plan into Apple calendars. So if you want all of the runs needed, if you're going to follow the Galloway training method for any of the race weekends, hit me up and I'll send you the subscription link.
Nice.
Tell me about your training, Natalie.
So we officially kicked off Chicago Marathon training.
Yay!
So I am back in business as if I wasn't in the first place. But so just some light runs so far. It'll be 4 runs a week, which instead of 3. So that'll be different, she says, having done the Dopey Challenge training plan more than once. So that'll be good because I'll inherently have to do like a little bit of back-to-back action. But no, it's so far so good. Only a couple in though. And I've been trying to focus on like the good habits at the start of a training cycle so that when I am like a diseased rat by the time the 20s come around, I will feel like, it'll doing really good about my cool downs, like intentional cool downs. Trying
Not
to
just
watch.
sitting on the stoop.
Oh no, porch or stoop chronicles are always going to be a thing, but not just my waddle around my house as I'm like showering and getting ready for the day. Like more intentional cool down, trying to watch like heart rate, whatever, so that when as thing so that's just ingrained into my routine versus because it's not like I am like purposefully trying to like I'm not sprinting the warm up, which is like an insult that I kind of forgot about until it came up recently. Like for in swimming, we always used to like not make fun to their face, but like stop sprinting the warm up. Like what are you doing sprinting the warm up before your main like workout and like set? But I'm not sprinting the warm up. It's just sometimes I don't know. I'm like, oh, easy run, so I'm gonna make it really hilly. No.
Nope.
No, it means easy. Well, it's also I can't really avoid the hills because #Nebraska. But so far so good. We'll have more to report later.
I'm glad you're off to a good start.
Yeah.
All right, we have 121 days until Disneyland Halloween Half Marathon 2025. We have 170 days until Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend 2025. We have 246 days until Marathon Weekend 2026. Your shirt deadline is June 15th, 2025, and your proof of time deadline is July 1st, 2025. We have 268 days until Disneyland Half Marathon Weekend 2026. Do we know what the shirt deadline is, Natalie?
No.
No one from the community has let us know.
Yeah, we'll get it. It'll come our way eventually. It's eventually, and it will be in your email. So if you're running and check your email.
Your proof of time deadline is August 1st, 2025. You have 296 days until Princess Half Marathon Weekend 2026. Club Run Disney registration is on June 17th, 2025, and general registration is on June 24th, 2025. We have 345 days until Springtime Surprise Weekend 2026, with Club Run Disney registration on July 22nd, 2025, and general registration on July 29th, 2025. Tell us about the Disney news, Natalie.
Oh, I'd love to. If you are a Club Run Disney Platinum member, your renewal window opens today. So renew if you dare. No, it was crazy just looking at the date for like Club Run Disney registration for Princess. Like it's like, oh, it's like mid-June. Like, oh, that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
I guess because Justin Timberlake himself has it's going to be May and it's May now that I'm like a little flabbergasted at how close mid-June is. Because then I'm assuming around Memorial Day we're going to get themes for Princess. So
that's wild.
Yeah. So we're probably due for like a medal reveal for Disneyland too.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Like kind of regularly scheduled content is already coming back.
Regularly scheduled discussion points are We are so back, baby. The drought is over. Training has resumed. If you're training for Halloween, but yeah, no, it's kind of funny. Back to other actual news though. The Geo82 Lounge, which is the lounge attached to Spaceship Earth and Epcot, will open on June 4th. Very exciting. Reservations open today, day of drop, so May 6th. And they did announce like a premium fireworks viewing package for Luminous. It is a private window side table, a specially selected champagne pour or an event exclusive cocktail, tower of savory small bites before fireworks, sweets during the fireworks, and does need a reservation. And it's $179 a person, which I'm curious is it just one champagne pour, or are we talking like, are they putting the bottle at the table?
I'm guessing one if it's also only an exclusive cocktail.
I need somebody to try this and let me know. Because, like, it doesn't seem that different from a dessert party. It just actually seems like both halves of the Magic Kingdom fireworks dessert parties where you have the reserved viewing. And if, like, you're getting to sit right next to the window to, like, see the fireworks, that actually would be pretty sweet. But I'm curious. I need somebody to influence or de-influence me to try out an event as such. But I'm excited for this to open.
Yeah.
Looking at the menu, there's some cool stuff on there.
I wish we could just, take a day trip or something.
So
Wouldn't that be crazy if we scheduled one just around whether or not we could get a reservation at the lounge?
Don't threaten me with a good time. Because, okay, so I was thinking about it because I really can't, but like I like to think about things. But I was like, oh, like that first weekend of June is Muppet Vision closes. There's an Orlando Informer event. This opens. Like I'm seeing like Unfairly Ever After will be in its like second operating week because that'll open the 27th. Like what I'm saying is like there's things to do. There's the Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon are open. Yes. So I'm not saying that like I've looked at, but I'm not saying I haven't.
That would be my sister's bachelorette weekend, so I am booked up. But
you are booked and busy.
But that doesn't mean you can't go by yourself.
What are you doing the next weekend?
Being at home, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, same. After we have a couple heavy travel weeks beforehand, so like when I'm saying I'm looking, it's like no. But I like to daydream sometimes. There is a new Florida resident ticket for the summer that goes on sale today. It's a 1 park per day ticket with pricing that can be as low as $60 a day if you get a 4-day ticket. So if you're 240 total, a 3-day ticket is 225 total, a 2-day ticket is 210 total. It's going to be available for use between May 18th and September 27th. There are no blockouts on the ticket, and you're going to have to show proof of Florida residency to use the ticket, though. So you would have to be prepared with that. Mm-hmm. But that seems like a pretty good like summer deal. That's available.
Yeah, it might be a good way to like if you do have a blockout on your annual to get a few extra days that were blocked, but for a little cheaper.
Oh yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. Like I guess you have like family in town and like you were blocked out these days and they were visiting, and yeah, that's really not that bad of an idea. Huh. I did not think about it that way. That's why you're the TA and I'm not. It's funny. It's obviously been a little bit of a dry Disney news week because pretty much everything I could think of this week was Epic related. Or that we'll probably start seeing stuff for Halfway to Halloween soon, but we don't have like the Halfway to Halloween stuff quite yet. Mm-hmm. So I am eagerly anticipating announcements about Not So Scary, but I don't have any right now.
Yeah.
which will be really funny if it comes out. If they start like they drop some news tomorrow. If they drop some news tomorrow, and by tomorrow I mean today when you are listening to this. It's like I like to eat my words sometimes.
Yeah. And it's not like we're opposed to giving you guys epic news, but we are also kind of trying to avoid spoilers. So
It is so hard because it's so tempting.
mm-hmm.
It is so tempting, but I like. Anyway, time for a Disney fun fact. On this day in Disney history in 2016, Captain America Civil War was released in the United States.
That feels like not that long ago, but I guess it's almost a decade. It's 9 years
Oh.
ago.
Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, you were totally right, but that also that just broke my head like just a
Mhm.
little bit. I did not see that movie until like last year. I saw Endgame without having seen a lot of the backstory.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people did that, to be honest.
Like I hadn't seen an Avengers movie since the first one. And I brought it up to the friend I was going to see it with, and they're like, "Yeah, I know you'll probably be fine." But then rewatching Endgame after I had seen a lot more of the lore, I'm like, "Oh, that means so much more to me now." But it was understandable without. I mean, obviously, I knew who Captain America was. So everybody, chaos becomes us, and this is a episode topic courtesy of Mr. Natalie, which even better, even better. So he suggested to me, he's like, have you guys ever had a discussion about like if you picked a random Disney character, like how would their marathon go? Like how would you see and interact with this character in a Run Disney setting? Like not just them on the court or like not them like as a character stop, but them running. So the you know, the idea being like Gaston is somebody who would sprint the warm up for sure. Absolutely would like book it and then like be like not have a good time like even just crossing like over like the start like he would just no. So I have a wheel and with a bunch of random Disney characters. I'm going to spin the wheel and we are going to kind of make up their Run Disney backstory. I don't know. Would they do the marathon? Would they do the 5K? Did they almost oversleep because they drank around the world? Did they,
Mhm.
you know, we're just gonna figure out, we're just gonna wing it. All right. I'm gonna spin the wheel. Okay, first character up is Simba.
Okay.
Simba strikes me as like a 10K type of guy.
Okay.
I think he so with I gotta it's like am I thinking young Simba or like older, wiser Simba? Because like young Simba would be like they're totally still gonna have a bus for me at 4:15. But like older, wiser Simba probably would at least get on like a 3:30 bus.
Yeah. I would say I think most of what I think of as Simba is little Simba. So, or at
Okay.
least teenage Simba. So to me, I feel like he's definitely like a late arrival because I think he's a little overconfident in his
Mhm.
abilities. Shows up just in the nick of time, probably just barely miss it, like either misses their corral and has to bump back one and then has to like and then because he's so overconfident, I think he really goes out just like way too fast. But I think he recovers. I think
Yeah.
he goes out too fast, he recovers, he finds like his rhythm, kind of the way he finds himself in the movie. You
I
know,
like that.
he's
I like
figuring
that.
it out, and then, by the end, he ends up accidentally PRing.
I like that. I like that. I think something to go along with the overconfidence is like, oh, I've had enough water over the last few days.
Oh yeah.
And homie skips a couple water stops and then he's like parched. And I was like, oh, just kidding.
But he has learned from Timon and Pumbaa, and he takes all the fuel and all the free fuel and anything anyone will give him.
That also is on brand with maybe some GI distress. Because Timon and Pumbaa, that's just standard issue. I like it. I like his story. I mean, he accidentally PRs. I like it for him.
Mm-hmm. Do we think he likes plastic cheese?
Ooh.
What do we think his favorite snack is from the snack box?
What's going to remind me most of Grubs? The Skittles?
I was going to say Skittles or fruit snacks, depending on like what you get in your box.
Yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. I like his story. Do you think he's not a one and doneer?
No, absolutely not. Once he's done this first one, he's definitely like, he obviously becomes king. So like he's going to keep pushing himself, and like I think Simba has room to become like actually a pro runner.
True. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like his story. All right, let's go for another spin. Ooh, the evil queen.
Oh. Do we think she's a glutton for punishment, or do you think she's one of the secret characters who cheats at the marathon?
No, because she's a little too proud of herself. Like that would be kind of Mother Gothely to absolutely cut the whole Blizzard Beach parking lot. Like that's Mother Gothely. But the evil queen is too proud of herself. Like she's like, I am the fairest in the land and I am the best, even if she's not actually. But she's a little bit too like full of herself in a way, I think, to ever, like she would rather trip Snow White than like cheat the course. She would trip her.
I take it back. I think then, if we're talking that, I think she's probably in the elite category. She's very like, I don't care about you vibes. She's not going to talk to anyone. She doesn't have a smile. She's laser focused on the win. And
she finds the characters inconvenient on the course.
Yes.
So like the fun parts are inconvenient.
And annoying. She's like, ugh, all these other people, and they're loud and they're laughing and they're waiting and enjoying themselves. Ew. No snacks.
Well,
unless they gave her an apple, because she just, we give out bananas, not apples. So I don't know how she's going to feel about the post-race snacks.
Well, so the snack box. I thought you meant like fueling on course.
No, fueling
like, she's got
course,
her own. She knows not to trust what other people give her, so she has her own.
Yes, absolutely.
But if somebody does ask her for something because they're ill-advised, she's got something for them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they're fast enough to keep up with her. Oh, they've got a little something that's caused her GI distress, and then anything to win to prove she is the fairest of them all.
Yes. And I think on top of that, we keep saying fairest of them all, her sense of herself, she's gonna be dressed to the nines. Like, even though she's elite, she's gonna have a super well like color coordinated outfit that's really gonna maximize the look. She's gonna be in full glam.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's just gonna be, not only is she elite, but she's also vying somehow to be picked for Disney photography, but only post-race, not while she's running. That's gonna get in the way.
True.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't care about the spectators. Is actually annoyed that people are cheering for her. Until she gets to the finish line, because then it's like, well, of course you're cheering for me because I'm the best. Duh.
Yes, I like this. I was gonna say Meredith, but she kind of strikes me as like a half queen, though. Like she's in it for the fact, but also I could see her being a very strong 5K'er. Like, I'm here, because that would even like put her aside from everybody else of like, I'm here to sprint the 5K. Like she's always holding the tape because everyone's scared of her, but
Mhm.
she is at the front of her corral. Like she is not here to mess around.
Yeah. But she did kind of play the long game. She played the long game with Snow White. Like she let her grow up. She knew what was coming.
It's true. She
I
just
guess
sat
she's
there.
only like 12 in the
Yeah, like
actual things,
14, I
but
think.
still.
I like it. I will stay away from her, but because I was then just kind of thinking of like, does the hag change things? Like when she turns into the hag?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I was imagining Queen before she turns into
Yes,
the hag.
absolutely. I mean, they're basically completely different characters, I think.
Yes. Just both vengeful, but
Yes.
ooh. The hag definitely convinces people to give her an extra snack box, which like isn't like necessarily a bad thing. She does try to get a second medal though, so that she could pawn it on eBay to pay for her next registration.
I think that's pretty good. I don't think I have much left to Evil Queen.
Yeah. No, I don't think I do either.
She's got no running buddies, that's for sure.
No, she doesn't. All right. Let's go. Ooh, Buzz Lightyear.
To infinity and beyond, he's obviously got to be a marathoner.
That is so true. And he just has his Mrs. Nesbit moment when he hits the wall.
Yeah. I mean, because
Absolutely.
like if there was an ultra, he'd do that, but there's not. So he's a dopey, not just a marathoner. He's a dopey, that's for sure. He's gonna do it all. Maybe even like a full perfect season every race, every weekend. Vibes from Buzz.
But do you think that Buzz sometimes can overestimate himself? Because, like, his story is that
Oh
he
yes,
thinks he's something he's not.
yeah, but he's still gonna register for it.
True.
He'll figure that part out later, and that's why he has friends. His friends are gonna help him follow through.
I like it. I like that. He definitely stays at a monorail resort.
Oh yeah.
Like that just Buzz Lightyear coming into a race, like on the monorail, like chef's kiss. I'm like thinking of the full. Um, absolutely what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely well protected from rain on half morning because
Oh
he
yeah.
can just put his little shield up. But then, I mean, he's got to be able to breathe. And
For sure. I
he's
think
also a toy.
because of the spacesuit and everything, I think you got to be prepared for anything if you're going into the unknown of space, the danger of space. So I think he's probably going to be a pretty prepared runner. Like he's going to have all of his stuff. He the night before he like planned it all out. He packed it all up so there would be no room for error. He's going to be on the first bus in case anything goes wrong. He's going to have all the time to like get all of his friends hyped up, get everyone like ready and raring to go. He's going to get all the pictures. He's going to have the like latest sports tech. He's probably wearing a watch and a heart rate monitor.
And his
Honestly, it
Garmin's
might
not
be
mean to him.
yeah, I was like maybe it's even built into his suit.
Ooh. Oh, can you imagine how sweaty?
Running in that suit.
Eh.
But yeah, I think he's definitely got like he's super prepared, I think. Even though he like, he overestimated what he was going to do. Once he like made a plan and stuff with his friends, like I think he's going to have a strategy. He probably worked with the coach or his friends to figure out like he knows what negative splits are. He's got a fueling strategy. He knows how much water he needs to drink. And then, he's gonna run across that start line shouting to the finish line and beyond instead of to infinity and beyond.
I like that. I love that actually. I do think he does because he can be a little silly at times. So I do think he maps out his character stops.
Mm-hmm.
He like makes a plan like, oh, if I'm splitting this by this mile of the full, like I definitely can stop for these things.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't get on Everest. He doesn't get on Everest during the marathon, but he does, you know,
But
calculated shenanigans.
but he could be falling with style if he rode Everest, potentially.
Or does he go big and go on Tower of Terror?
Oh, yeah, that's even more. Yep. I agree. How far do we think he makes it before he has this Mrs. Nesbit moment? Where
Earlier
do
than you'd expect.
Yeah. So do you think so I think feel like a lot of people they say, right, you hit the wall because you trained for the last 10K, which would be like 18-ish. Do we think he hits it at like 14, like just past half, and he's like, oh shoot.
Ooh, but I think he doesn't accept it until he's miserable as he's going into Animal Kingdom during the full, but he doesn't want to admit it. And then like the hype of being in a park is good, but
Mhm.
he's in the pain cave. Like he's not having a good time. And it's by the time he's exited Animal Kingdom, he goes behind Everest, he sees the back of Cali River Rapids.
Mhm.
That arm is off and he is Mrs. Nesbit. He is until he gets his banana, he'll get the banana, he'll settle
Mhm.
down a little bit, and then nope, it's back.
He rides Tower of Terror, and then he's falling with style. He's getting it back together. The people are
He
giving him free snacks.
not aiming for the truck, he's aiming for the finish line, and
Mhm.
life is good. And he still splits really, really well considering he has a meltdown, rides Tower of Terror,
Mhm.
which has no single rider line, obviously. Yeah, I like this. I
Mhm.
think
And then I think as he crosses the finish line in full like galactic ranger glory, he is thanking everyone and like saluting the first responders and like thanking everyone for their contributions and such.
for sure. I like this. I think he does it even throughout his Mrs. Nesbit. He doesn't ever have the moment of I'm never doing this again.
Yeah. What
I
do
don't
you
know
think
how
is
that works,
what do you
but
think is Buzz's favorite snack box item? I feel like he could be into the banana for many reasons.
true.
It kind of looks like a phaser gun.
True. Honestly, I was gonna say the toast.
Maybe. Yeah. I was thinking like the toast is good. The banana has like electrolytes and carbs and stuff. So it's like scientifically backed food, recovery food or whatever. But I think he could go for the toast for sure. The crumbs might get stuck in his suit though.
Yes, but he also doesn't care. Little Nesbit comes out. I like that. I like that. All right. I think that's pretty much the end of his story here. Let's spin again. Daisy Duck.
You love Daisy. Your mom's favorite is Daisy. You should take the lead on Daisy's story.
Okay. First of all, she is a perfect princess. And she was a perfect Tinkerbell half marathoner in hopes that, and is sitting around hoping that that comes back out at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
So she's a perfect. So that is her jam. All of the glitter, feathers, tutus
Mm-hmm.
at Princess Weekend, that is everything to Daisy. Daisy always does all 3 races in the weekend. And she's strategic. She takes some of it like a catwalk. Like the
Oh yeah.
5K. The 5K is for fashion. It is
Yes.
a 3.1 mile catwalk for
She
her.
has a fully coordinated glitter outfit.
Yes, she's got glitter lips for every occasion. And I'd say like mid-pack type of thing for her. She's like, well, I'm just here to like strut. So she probably takes that extra time getting ready in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and like is on a later bus than she wants to, but she's like, well, I'm probably going to close the parking lot down anyway.
She probably has a killer playlist if she's just like
Oh, yeah.
strutting it out, you know? She probably has her own track.
Absolutely. No, she knows where like all like she's got all the little secrets. She's got all like she is like a magnet to like Run Disney like event staff or like the media photographers. They just always find her and that's just a vibe. And that's her 5K. I'd say for the 10K, she still all glitter cuz she's like you can do it and you can do it looking good. But I think she runs with friends for the 10K.
Okay.
Not to say she doesn't do that for her catwalk, but like she's more focused on the catwalk for the 5K.
Mhm.
But for the 10K, she even lets Donald run with her.
Wow.
I don't know where he was for the 5K, but she allows it.
Donald's probably
And
complaining, so that's wild.
yeah, no, that's a vibe killer. She lets him because then she makes him dress up in like a knight costume to her princess.
Oh, yeah.
So she pretty much tries to get all of her characters during the 10K, I'd say. She enjoys it. She kind of like a fun pace, but it's like her friend pace.
Yeah. I think she probably has to be politely shuffled along at all of the character stops because she's just like enjoying getting her photo taken so much.
Oh yeah. I'd say that she might probably Donald being there is like insurance against people getting mad behind her as like snap and go, snap and go. And it's not even necessarily about the character, it's about her.
Yes.
Like she needs a second pose. Like she needs to make sure her
All the
hair looks
angles.
good. Oh yes. Yes. So Donald helps with that. Ooh. How does Daisy Duck approach a half? Oh, she gets a massage on 10K day though. For sure. Absolutely. She absolutely pampers herself on that day. How does she approach the half though? She's definitely a Grand Floridian girly though.
She doesn't do anything halfway.
No, she doesn't.
She's got the best shoes, the best gear, the best everything.
Yes. I love it. And she
somehow manages to drink her water without spilling it. I don't know how, but she manages to do that, I'm sure.
I wish she could teach me how. Yeah, no, she just glistens when she sweats. She just looks, and her face never gets like all blotchy and red and like, she's never hiding behind her sunglasses. Let's just say that. She just looks fab all the time.
Her sunglasses are just accentuating how beautiful and amazing she looks.
Exactly. And like her castle photo, always a sleigh. No one's ever running in the back of it. And she doesn't even have to go all the way to the end. She just because she stops for characters too, but she's also quick.
All the random photo pasts like that aren't with characters, they just find her. Like the photo always turns out perfect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
There's never blurry. You're never blinking weird. You're never like
Mike Wazowski's you.
Yeah, you're never doing the squatty run in the photo.
No, she's like the picture perfect and like is genuinely having fun. Cause I like don't want to say that she's just like but no, she's having fun and like having a good time and is encouraging to those around her too and inspiring. So it's not just about like all the looks. Like she knows that she can show up and look the part and be the part and just be a good for everybody. I love her. I love Daisy Duck. And her bow is never crooked.
Never.
Even after a rainstorm, somehow not crooked ever.
Doesn't budge. She must have learned something from like synchronized swimming.
True.
They know how to keep their hair in place.
Yeah, her bra never chafes her. Ever. She's locked in. She's everything. Her life is good for Daisy Duck. What do you think her favorite part of the snack box is?
I feel like she could also be into like the fruit snacks maybe. I don't know. I don't really feel like anything screams Daisy.
I kind of was like, well, she probably just goes right to the champagne tent and goes
and gets that's true. Yeah, for sure. She has completely bypassed the snack box.
She gives it to Donald.
Better. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She might take the fruit snacks out before she gives it to him, though. I like this.
She might be one of the ones who gets the lucky M&Ms that are every so often in the box.
Ooh. Lucky M&Ms. But then she gives those to Donald too because they're a little warm. So she doesn't want to get him on her fit. Because she still has pictures to take when she gets back to the Grand Flow.
Mhm.
You know. Duh.
She's got a professional photographer waiting for her. She's got to picture the moment or capture the moment. She has to capture the moment scheduled for the next day.
Oh yeah, she brings back all of her perfect medals too, like every single year, and just adds like for all of her perfect challenge. Oh for sure, it's budgeted into the cost of the race for her. So she has the weekend of a queen, and then she always does something like different that's a little special to celebrate on Monday, beyond the capture of the moment. So maybe a fireworks cruise or like some sort of like signature dining, or she always does a little something.
Who's next?
The wheel is spinning. Jasmine is next. Ooh.
Well, she's a very independent lady.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's going to play into it a little bit. She's the one, like she's the one who got into this. She chose it for herself. No one talked her into it. No peer pressure here.
But I think she also does like standalones. Like she's done a challenge or two, but she prefers to do like
I think she picks a goal, like a very specific goal, and then crushes that goal.
Yes. And then she cheers for the other races.
Mm-hmm. And Raj might run with her.
Oh,
maybe.
I love Raja. I mean, also like a tiger would probably, like I would probably be scared running next to a tiger. Ooh, yes, she definitely strikes me as like the singleton bib. She's more about crushing the goal than she is about. She likes to challenge every so often. Like if they have really good themes, like the Challenge Princess is like a really good theme, or an anniversary year.
I feel like she is maybe into like, she's not into gels or whatever. Maybe she does like alternative fueling options, like maybe
she's a tailwind queen.
You think
Absolutely.
tailwind?
I think she's a tailwind, but I want to know what you think.
Oh, I was thinking like, maybe she's doing like dates and like, how people make their own little power bites out of like dates and peanut butter and stuff.
Oh, so good.
Or she might be doing like nerd clusters, or like I just think like all the things that are like not standard fuel.
Oh yeah, I could see that too. I could definitely see that.
Ben really likes dates. I don't know. That's why it was on my mind.
I like them when they're wrapped in bacon.
Yes, I concur. I like them and figs on pizza.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Anywho, we're hungry.
Yeah. Jasmine definitely has like her routine though for a race weekend. Like she has her routines. She always goes to the same gear check. She like most times her dinner is always at the same time, like always 4 p.m. Usually the same place. Sometimes she like changes that up a little bit, but yeah, she is in her routine because she's there to accomplish a big goal.
She definitely negative splits. I think
Oh,
she starts like really strong and then just like slowly chips away and gets faster and faster and faster, and then she just like wipes the board with Aladdin.
Yes, she reels you in. Like if you're in the lead pack, like she will reel you in, and she's cool, calm, and collected about it though too.
And nice.
Oh yeah, yeah. She'll encourage you as you're like, oh, good job, as she's running past you. Yes.
I also feel like her style is more like purpose driven. She's not like super like dripping in like glitter or anything, but she definitely has a fit. I feel like she's like maybe a Crowned Athletics girly that it's like
literally
coordinated. Yeah, it's coordinated. Maybe her own set. Mhm.
Yes.
But and she's just looking like fresh the whole
Oh,
time.
always. Always. Not a hair out of place.
Mm-mm.
Because she is the originator of the bubble braid. She she actually helps people on the bus like get like a perfect bubble braid going. Just to like,
Mhm.
chat with them. Oh yeah. No, Jasmine's a queen. She definitely has had Red Arabian Nights for forever. Like she had it from the first launch of for Crown. Not PR though. She bought it herself. Non-spawn con. I like it. I like it. She always dusts Aladdin. Aladdin tries, but she doesn't even have to try to like dust him.
Mhm. Which is, I mean, pretty impressive because like Aladdin's been dodging
He's a
everyone for
runner.
a long time. He's not slow either.
No, he's a street rat. Street rat's got some power in the legs, but no, she just dusts him.
All right, let's do another one.
Okay. Oh, so now we have Donald Duck.
Okay. I feel like we already talked about him like a little bit, but like
We did.
he's grumpy. He's in the 5K, but not with Daisy because like, or maybe he's
She
in
got
the
a better corral.
Yeah, she's in the
And
better
she doesn't drop
corral,
back.
but he's only in it because someone else signed him up or he lost a bet or something. Like someone's making him do it. He doesn't want to be there. He's even more grumpy in the 5K than even though in the 10K he's there for Daisy because he loves her and he'll do anything for Daisy. The 5K he's there because he lost a bet and he doesn't want to be there, and he's on the last bus because he's upset that he had to wake up, and he's just in the bare minimum. He's definitely not in a costume. You could not pay him enough to get him into
He grumbles
a costume.
every time that the Skyliner does not drop him off where he needs to, no matter how many times Daisy tells him exactly why the Skyliner doesn't work on marathon or on any of the mornings. But he grumbles every single time. Every single time.
Mm-hmm. He's extra upset because he like forgot his socks or something because he wasn't prepared. He's got the wrong socks. I don't know. And he probably didn't prepare well.
Pin. Yeah, he definitely ripped his bib, like safety pinning it that morning. So he's like scrambling to find more safety pins, and that's making him even grumpier.
He's probably cold. Didn't pack an extra layer. It's just an all around like rough time for Donald. And he's just, I can't decide if through the grumpiness he is just like trudging through the 5K course, muttering, standing in line with whoever it is convinced like got him into the race, but like refusing to smile in any of his character photos, or if he's like running because he just wants to get it over with. I'm leaning towards like drudging, like they're practically dragging him through the course.
I do lean towards that, but I think he also secretly likes it, and that's why he continues to allow Mickey to do this. And he secretly does like have a good time, but now it's part of the bit that he's grumpy. So he is grumpy that he's awake at 5 a.m. on vacation, but at the same time he's like secretly having like he's gonna
he can't let anyone know.
Oh yeah. Like that genuine smile across the finish line, that's you can't fake that. But he's got to act a little bit, when Mickey catches him, he's like, "Oh boy." He has to like force the frown of like, "Ugh, he's so cold. It's too warm."
The only person who could ever be grumpy receiving a medal.
And then Mickey makes him say thank you.
Yeah.
Or Daisy if Daisy's running with him.
Also grumpy. One of the dwarves could also be upset receiving a medal, but
true. I think Donald never can find his preferred flavor of Powerade, which makes him grumpy. He always forgets a butt bag. And
he always has to wait for the bus to go back. He always arrives right at the last moment, and like he's the last person they cut off, and they're like, "Nope, you gotta wait."
Yes.
They ran out of his favorite drink, the only thing he was looking forward to after the race, and they're out.
What's his favorite part of the snack box?
Probably the M&Ms, and he never gets them unless Daisy gives them to him.
True. I think he pretends to hate the cheese, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, he can't have any enjoyment, so even if he enjoys anything in the snack box, he's gonna have to say he doesn't.
True. But then, like, Daisy gets out of the shower and when they're back in their room, and he's, like, absolutely, like, blissfully eating his cheese. And yeah, no, absolutely. Like, he pretends, and he says every year he says, like, oh, I'm gonna stop doing these, and he's like, or I'm only gonna do the one with Daisy because I have to do the one with Daisy, but he still, like, kind of secretly likes that whoever he lost the bet to
Mm-hmm.
makes him sign up, and he's glad that, like, he got the group medal for the 5K for springtime, or he's glad he got that, and he's glad he's not running the half or the 10 miler or the full. Man, it's like this wheel is rigged or something, because we just got Snow White. I guess we only briefly touched upon what the evil queen would like to do to her, but she can run.
Yeah, she can run for sure. I mean, they just had a race in her honor.
But also she underestimates herself, I think. I think she, like, it's like a panic. Like, when she's at the start line, she's, like, freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel like she cares about everyone else so much compared to, like, how her own race is going. She probably, like, she's busy seeing how everyone else is doing, making sure everyone has all their stuff. She's chatting with someone. She sees someone that's not having a good race and slows down to stick with them. If someone gets hurt, she waits with them, until medics arrive. She's
got Band-Aids in her fanny pack all the time.
mm-hmm. She's just trying to make sure everyone else is having the best experience.
Oh, for sure. And sometimes puts it at, like, her own risk. But she also doesn't mind, because she's more there to, like, enjoy it than she is to, like, really race it, because she's too busy worrying about, like, how is Dopey doing, or
she's probably trying to cheer Grumpy up.
Yeah, he was in a mood. Make sure Sleepy didn't fall asleep in his corral.
Or on the bus.
True. No, I think she would make sure she was the last off the bus.
Yeah, that's true.
She wouldn't like the door wouldn't close to the room until everybody was out. She was the last one out, and she was last off the bus as well. So what Sleepy does when he gets into his corral, like, she can't control unless she drops back with him. But then Grumpy yells at her for thinking about dropping back with him. So no, I think she is more of, like, a Disney bounder in terms of costumes, though. She's like preoccupied with a lot of other things. So she color blocks, which is awesome. She's like, no, I don't, like, I kind of costume, but I don't. Like, she color blocks for sure. She has to talk Grumpy out of wearing the race shirt every time. You haven't run in this. Do you want to chafe? And it's an argument.
Grumpy probably does want to chafe.
Gives him something to be grumpy about until the water hits his back. He's like, oh. That is true. Grumpy actually enjoys, like, his 20-milers, I think. Like, he loves to hate them. That's what I'm thinking. Trying to think. She strikes me as she'd like the waffle the best, I think, out of the snack box.
Yeah, that would be good. It's kind of
happily.
Yeah. I'm having a really hard time with Snow White. I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess most of it's been, like, my observation of the other dwarves.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, even though obviously she needs more character development.
True. We need to see the new movie.
I need a movie post Awakening.
Yes, we need. we need to see the new movie. Still, yeah, I don't know if I really have much else for her. She strikes me as somebody who, again, is just so worried about everybody else that, like, she's a very efficient expo girly.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is chaotic. Like, all the rest of the dwarves are chaotic. She's like, no. We're like, she's like a 3:30 p.m. on, like, expo day, or, like, the first day of the expo, and, like, they're in and out.
Yeah. She could also be because of that though, like if they forget I mean, if she's keeping everyone organized and wrangling that chaos, then yeah, she's gonna get all that. But I could also see because she cares about everyone else, if one of her friends forgot something and they needed her to go by, she would volunteer.
Oh yeah, she would
So she
definitely be
might
like,
have to
oh,
go back every day.
true. Like, oh, you need KT tape? Like, I will go back to the expo for you, for sure. Yeah, she would definitely help out with that. She would go. She's the friend who goes when they start selling the poster boards above in the merch tent area.
Mm.
When they start selling those, because like once they sell out of the items on there, she definitely goes and scopes out the ones that for her friends that, and then she gets a little something for herself too. But
She's the friend who makes the Costco run before the trip and brings the water
true.
and the snacks.
Oh, for sure. Yes. And she just enjoys doing it. She's like that. Like it's not complete until for her until like, you know, she's the one making the lightning leans for later in the day. Like she's the one who got all the ADRs, like for sure.
Yes.
Planner queen, like
Mom mode.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like Doc tries to do it, but like, and he helps. He definitely helps. But she's just your girl. Like when something changes, like at Disney, like she knows. So, you know, like she was the one who alerted the whole group chat that Disneyland races were going to take a pause in 2026. All right, let's go for another one.
How many do we have on this wheel?
I think there's like 50 on the wheel. So yeah, I just until we feel like we're kind of just like done working through them. Ooh, I've been waiting for another villain to come up. Mother Gothel. She has scoped out every place that she could cut the course.
Yeah.
Every single one. Like she is like her believability index for Dataman is absolutely like, but she's never gotten caught. And nobody knows how.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does she disappear and like nobody sees her ever when she's cutting the course? And also somehow she sneaks into a different corral too.
Yeah.
Like she's the one who took whiteout to her bib and like made her letter into something it's not. She made her E into a B and somehow didn't get caught doing it. Don't do that, first of all. I'm not giving you ideas. It's a bad idea.
She definitely makes other people feel like she's the bad side. She makes other people feel bad about how they're running. Like she's not supportive. She's
overly competitive.
Yeah, she's running, and whenever she is seen running, like she acts as if and tells people that she's never trained before. That like, oh, this is just how I am or whatever. Even though
she takes pride in not training.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she makes people like feel bad. Like if you're better than her, she just makes you feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you kind of wonder why she even does it when it openly makes her so miserable. Like to be around, like you kind of wonder why she's there. But obviously it's the pride of it because she wears her medals home on the plane, like around to the grocery store like a week and a half after the race.
Mm-hmm. Somehow, even though she's managed to cut the course, she's come up with the most ingenious way to do it without it being like discernible. Like she doesn't miss a mat, but somehow cuts the course.
Oh yeah, she definitely does that. And somehow like she times it. Like it's one of these things that if you spent more time actually training than like just whining and stuff like that, she probably would actually be good. But like she times her interval, like she times everything so that like she's gonna cut the course, she's gonna cut 3 miles off the marathon, but it's gonna like you're not gonna be able to just discern it based off of her like skipping Animal Kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she runs slower purposefully leading up to that. So it's harder to like actually discern it and actually like read it just from the data, but she does it.
Mm-hmm.
Like because she actually has a goal in her head to make like a 20-mile marathon. Like it's for her, it's just about the sport of like, can I get away with it? And she never gets caught.
Yeah. She's definitely got, like she's also full glam. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
all the villains kinda are. She's guilting Rapunzel the whole way. Like, anytime Rapunzel starts to, like, take off a little bit, she's like, "Oh, you're just gonna leave me behind?"
Oh, yeah. She definitely makes her feel terrible if, like, it's not up to her, like, pace and what she wants to be doing,
Mhm. And when
even if
Rapunzel's
she
getting
can't.
ready, she's, like, making her second guess all of her decisions, like, "Oh, you're gonna wear that? Oh, you're gonna take that?
Oh,
Mother
yeah.
knows best, you should do what I say."
Yeah, but, like, some of her decisions are absolutely off the wall, like,
Yeah,
of course I'm gonna, like of course I'm going to make sure I, like, body glide.
for sure.
Like,
It's all stuff that, like, what is a smart idea, but hurts her chances of actually beating Rapunzel.
yeah. She definitely takes the banana and just immediately throws it out.
You know how we said she whines a lot?
Yeah.
Instead of carb loading, what if she wine loads? Like, she just drinks a lot before the races.
Oh, yeah, no, she's somebody who, like, never goes to bed, like or she does, like, all the things you shouldn't do, but then, like, instead of just accepting that that's, like, the consequence of her own actions, she whines about it to everyone. It's like, "Well, they shouldn't have this race so early," and,
Mhm.
like, basically, again, like, "Oh,
None
why
of
do
it's
you
her
keep
fault.
Yeah, no, no, not at all. Never, ever her fault if she's, like,
No
like,
accountability.
none whatsoever, like, and Rapunzel's, like, trying to go to bed and, like, get ready for her race. That's, like, a big deal, and, like, she's excited, and, like, Gothel's, like, just she's a vibe killer. And, Rapunzel's considering getting her own room next time or just not getting a bib. It's one of those people who, like, maybe stop signing up or something, I don't know, like
Mhm.
or, like, sign up for a different race that makes you happier. Or like, no, Gothel's one of those people who continues to complain about Princess Weekend, but signs up every year for Princess Weekend specifically. It's like, I hate Princess. I hate everybody. I am the worst and I hate Princess, but she still signs up every year. She doesn't just stay home or pick a different weekend or wine and dine or springtime or something that'll make her happy. No, no, no. She's got to go and she's going to whine about it. We're not fond of Mother Gothel.
She probably stole Rapunzel's first costume.
Oh yeah, she definitely they were supposed to like match and then Gothel just took her costume.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so mean. And then like, yeah. Oh,
Let's do another one.
yeah,
Okay.
that's good. Okay, I spun it while we were talking. Tinkerbell.
Tink! I love Tink. She's full of
Tink.
pixie dust. She honestly probably has to try hard not to accidentally fly on the course. Like, she's
True.
trying to not break the rules.
Yes. She's spunky though, in the way that I think that she definitely tries to like change things up a
Mhm.
bit. So she's not a routine queen. She has the things she likes, but she's not a routine queen. So she likes to try to figure out like, okay, like how late can I get into my corral?
Mhm.
But it also kind of just if she only has to drop back one, that's not that big of a deal.
Mhm.
Because her corral cut off, closed. I think
She's definitely small but mighty. Like,
yeah.
obviously she's tiny, tiny, but, like, in the same way that, like, you all, if maybe you're the short friend or maybe you have a short friend, how the short friend is always, like, way faster than you because they have to learn to compensate for the tall people? That's Tink.
Oh, is that what you think
No.
of me? I am the short friend. Yes, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. She loves her speed workouts when in training.
Mhm.
She absolutely like a track day, a magic mile day. Ooh, perfect.
She's a sprinter, that's for sure. I think she's definitely a 5Ker then.
Yeah, because I think when she tried to train for her first half, it didn't go well because she, like, could not make herself negative split, which, like, you
She
don't have to
couldn't
have
make
negative
herself
split.
slow down. The only
Yeah.
speed she knows is fast.
Yes.
All out.
Yes. No, like, she wants to beat Lightning McQueen one day. Like, so she is speed. Like, she just, she would just burn out by 4.5 miles. So, like, she doesn't enjoy the longer distances, which
Mhm,
totally fine. Totally cool if that's not your jam. But she's just because gotta know where your talent is. And she knows it.
mhm. She's obviously covered in glitter
Oh,
because she's got
100.
pixie dust out the wazoo.
Oh yeah, she has glitter for everybody.
Mhm,
Extra glitter in her, like glitter lips, like little bit of it for everyone. Who's nice.
mhm.
Or not even if they're nice, because like Wendy is perfectly nice and she just doesn't F with her. So
Yeah, she can have a
um
little bit of a
yeah, she
not
gets a
nice
little
streak.
yeah, she gets a little snippy when her queue doesn't go right away on race day. Or sorry, on registration day. She gets a little snippy about it. Like, I can't believe that, why is it so hard to register and whatnot?
I can't believe
So
I wasn't first in line. I
yeah.
can't believe I had
And
to
then
wait a whole
like,
45 minutes.
yeah, she's never struck out, but she like gets like a little like uppity about it.
Mhm,
Um and then like, once the stress settles down, she's like, "Oh, okay, we're good." Like
mhm.
and then she's ready to just go get training. Um
But she's not willing to shell out for Club Run Disney.
no, 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 no. Um No, she's somebody who if she risks it for the biscuit for like a late drop of bibs
Mhm.
if she really wants to do it. Yeah, no, she's not shelling out for Club Run Disney. I think she's a Morton girly.
Yeah, efficiency for sure.
Oh yeah, like she doesn't have to wear a vest because
You don't need water with
you
Morton. I mean, you still need
exactly.
water, just to be
Yes.
clear.
You just aren't going to go into GI distress. How many times am I going to say GI distress today?
Probably at least one more.
Probably. We runners, we're a certain type of people. Um Does she do character set? Sometimes when she's like dying and like needs to slow down, like she does, like she will stop for characters. She always gets her like spaceship Earth or castle photo.
Mhm,
Always must. I mean, like duh.
mhm.
How could Tinkerbell not get like a castle photo? Um, but yeah, she does characters when she like wants to slip. But sometimes she's like really in the mood and like it's like, oh, did you see that Mirabelle was on the course? She's like,
I feel like
no.
she gets to do yeah, she gets to do characters also because she's so fast that there's no line. She just, like,
True.
goes through. So it doesn't
True.
really have a detriment on her speed.
Yes. She's thought about the dead last start, but because she's so small, she's a little worried about herself. And also, they don't do it for the 5K, but like on the rare time she does a 10K, that's when she's thought about it, but she's a little worried because she's small.
Definitely.
What's her snack box?
Well, everything's ginormous.
Yeah, so like the Skittles are probably the only thing that like,
I was gonna say the fruit snacks because the Skittles have a hard shell. Can she get through it?
oh, that's true.
The
Oh,
the
she
the
would,
fruit snacks are basically a full-on feast.
yeah. She could probably take a bath with the
Or
wipe
yeah, I was
though.
gonna say, or if we get if we get the chips and cheese, she could make a little cheese hot tub.
That is very
It
true.
could be a cheese like instead of a mud bath, it's a cheese bath.
Oh man, I like it.
Part of her
I like it.
post-race routine, a cheese bath and a hot stone massage.
True. All right, no, I'm just gonna say it. She like lays herself out of the porta potty, like that's been cooking in the sun for the last 4 days, like on top of it. Along similar lines ish, we our next is Captain Hook.
Captain Hook. He's just rotten.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of like Gothel where he like blames other people for him not training. Um like somehow it's someone else's fault
Yeah, it's
and
definitely
like
Smee's fault that everything's not going to plan.
And even though Smee is out there doing his best, Smee is putting in the work. Smee does his strength training.
Mhm.
Smee does everything that Hook asks him to do. So when he yells at him when the alarm goes off in the morning of like, hey, like we gotta train, and Hook goes, no,
Mhm.
don't ever ask me to do this again. Smee's like, are you sure? He's like, Smee does his best. And like he's just dealing with uncertain instructions.
Yeah.
So like what is he supposed to do? Justice for Smee.
Yeah. And Hook's definitely out there, like, every year. The only reason he keeps coming back is because he has got a grudge. Peter keeps beating him,
True.
and he's gotta keep coming back to try, but then he just gets grumpier and grumpier, and it gets more and more personal every single year.
Yes,
And
he
then,
definitely
he sees, Jogging Jack Sparrow in his full regalia, so he's just trying to, like, compete with that each year as well. So it's just compounding the amount of grudge he's holding on to.
Yeah, and he's always at springtime and it's always hot. Just with the comment on the full regalia where he's sweating.
Mhm.
He's sweating and like Smee like has an athleisure outfit. Like Smee is smarter.
Got
But
much
like
more
he
practical.
adjusts. Yeah, he adjusts for the weather. He even offered him instead of his handkerchief, like he's like, "Do you want a cooling towel?" And Hook yells at him, and then Smee's like, "Okay." He backs off because he should, and it's like, what's a guy supposed to do?
Mhm.
And then Smee also like Hook, like Smee ends up for Hook's ego, like kind of like holding back at the 6 mile mark of the 10K
Mhm.
so that like Hook can at least kind of catch up to him. And
Mhm.
he's like pretending to tie his shoe and then he pretends to tie his other shoe. And then like he kind of just lollygags where like he could have been done like 5 minutes ago. But it's almost only about Peter Pan.
Mhm.
But Hook's the one who like Hook only stays deluxe and he only makes Smee pay 75% of the room. So, like Smee's like, well, I could be paying 100% of the room instead. So like Smee kind of tolerates it, but he's like kind of over it at this point.
Mhm.
Um,
The volunteers are definitely scared of him.
true. They
Yeah.
are so glad when he leaves.
Someone on course has, you know what? I bet it's not, he's got the clock, the ticking thing.
Mm.
He cannot stand a gym boss. The constant beeping of the gym boss just drives him absolutely crazy the entire race.
Yes, and that's why he yells at Smee. He's so grumpy with Smee all the time because Smee does intervals and Smee just does the math now because he's so tired of it. He's just like he's trying to be a good friend to Hook, who's a jerk.
Mhm.
And but yeah, no, Smee just does the math. Smee is actually a good runner, and he because he's worked at it. Because he
Mhm.
like every year he has to like some new training plan that Hook might follow, and like Smee follows it and like gets better. But Smee kind of wants to take on Peter Pan next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. And Hook's definitely a Karen when he crosses the finish line because he, like, every year he keeps losing to Peter and probably to Jog and Jack Sparrow. And he can't handle it. And so he's protesting those results every time. They're going to hear from him. He's going to let them know that they're wrong. It never goes his way, but he's still going to do it.
He's not even like anywhere near the top of his age
No.
group or even like the finishers. But no, Track Shack gets an email from him after every single weekend about those results, and like he tries to fudge his Garmin and it just doesn't work. Yeah, no, he takes it personally also if there's like a repeat theme, like even if it
Yeah.
was like 5 years ago.
Mhm.
He takes it super personally, like, oh, like I can't believe that you've had this theme before. And
Yeah. I bet
he
one.
sends lots of angry emails to Run Disney, and he's one of the reasons why like when you have like a legitimate like thing to talk about with them, like they're slower getting back to you because he literally stabs his metals with his hook sometimes and then is like, here, come fix it.
It was
to Run
damaged.
Disney.
It's not my fault. I need a replacement.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. I bet even one year, I bet he asked Smee to actually run the race and then tried to use Smee's time.
Oh, yeah. No, he definitely has tried to stick a timing chip. Like, he buy a bib, stick a timing chip on Smee, and, like, Smee runs his POT.
Yeah. That was a good one.
That was so good.
I kind of feel like maybe that should be our last one. I think we said we would do one more, but that one was so good.
So what did we learn from this exercise?
That we're really creative and that maybe we should have a side hustle of creating fanfic about Disney characters.
Run Disney niche fanfic Wattpad.
I really hope that this episode is really popular with our listeners.
If you like concepts like these, let us know. And we'll set Mr. Natalie on more. He's actually got like some really interesting ideas. Terrifying. But yeah, no, this was fun. This was it's funny, just like different like little like memes and the experience of Run Disney. And like I mean, you guys, we've been at this for a couple of years now of just us participating. So it's like just all the things that wrap up in the experience of like a weekend. You can tell we're missing it.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready for, and it'll all be here again before we know it. So, but it's gonna be a long time till marathon weekend.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked me at work not this week, today, someone asked me when my next trip was, and I told them it wasn't until January for marathon weekend. And I was like, but you never know. Like, maybe I'll go for a day trip to cheer some friends on.
Yeah, I'm like fully in like perusing for wine and dine bibs now. I'm sure that's shocking. No.
No one is shocked, Natalie. No one is shocked.
No. But yeah, no, I'm full blown like I'm just looking. I mean, again, like it's gonna kind of depend on how Chicago. Well, by the time I need to make that decision, we're just gonna hope that the Chicago training is going well. I'll be like, wee. But yeah, we are enjoying the off season. Let us know who is a character you'd like us to analyze. With it being early May, I hope you had a good Star Wars day. So those are on the table as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Marvel. Oh man, no, that'll have to be a whole episode. I would love to analyze how Iron Man would participate in a marathon.
Yes. Okay. So
we're tabling that.
We're tabling that. Come back if that's what you want to hear. Tune in next time.
Yeah. Bye. If you enjoyed listening to our show, please leave us a review and a 5-star rating. We love reading your reviews out loud. You might be even featured on a future podcast episode. We have a community spotlight on our Instagram at Stride Sisters Podcast. If you want to be featured for a Medal Monday, Finish Line Friday, or any accomplishment you want to celebrate, send us a picture via our social media platforms or our email. And to continue the fun, join us on our Facebook page. All the ways to connect with us can be found in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Until our next adventure, we're wishing you endless miles of magic and memories. See you next time.